It really does come to something when I can't even sell a pair of shoes on Facebook Marketplace without somebody trying to scam me. Or a few people, as it turned out, but I'm going to document one of them here for you so that you can watch out for this kind of scam if you're trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere else. So before I go any further, if you're new to me, I am Daniel Shensmith, a barrister of England and Wales, and I enjoy to help you to understand law. So I'd be really grateful if you bop that like button and subscribe at any point if you find this video useful, or right now if you're feeling really cheeky. So let's get in. Speaking of cheeky, this guy that tried to scam me on Facebook. Let's get into it. So I list, as I mentioned earlier, a pair of shoes for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And within a matter of minutes, I was quite impressed that I had a message to ostensibly look to buy these things, although they were just out to scam me. Let's take a look. The first message came in, still available for sale, ? To which I replied, yes, indeed. I was quite excited to think that this is how quickly I could sell something on Facebook Marketplace. Where are you located? Came the next question, which is a bit odd because I had listed it within the local area, which I assume would be visible to anybody looking at the listing. Maybe I'm making too much of an assumption here. But here's where the real obvious statement came to tell me that this was a scam. And this is the one that you need to watch out for. What is the condition of the item? Came the next question. The item. This is a pair of shoes. I've never described a pair of shoes before as an item. So I replied to say that they are new because they were new listed on the listing, where it says, what's the condition of the item? I said they're new, which again I thought would be obvious from the listing, but there we go. And then came the next response from the scammer. Okay, actually, I'm not available in town right now, but I could tell my girl to help me pick it up if you don't mind. So I said, well, we could arrange a place in town. I mean, I knew it's a scam by this point. I'm just stringing it along out of interests to have content for this video, quite frankly, so I can tell you more about how to avoid these things. So I said we could arrange a place in town, knowing that this is actually not genuine. When can she pick it up? Do you have a bank transfer or PayPal so I can make the payment to you? Because my girl doesn't have a bank account for me to make the payment for her. That doesn't even make sense. So I can make the payment to you because my girl doesn't have a bank account for me to make the payment for her. So he's going to send his daughter to pick up a man's pair of shoes, and he wants to pay me by bank transfer or PayPal. Now, here's where the real problem comes in. So you should avoid giving out your bank details to anybody unless you absolutely trust who you're giving them to, or you know that you've got safeguards at the bank and all the rest of it. Because in most situations, there is no real need to give somebody your bank details. If you're a business, that might be different, but if you're an individual, there's no real need to give somebody your bank details. It's too much information. It's too easy to try to impersonate you with as much personal information as they can get hold of. And so this scammer probably wanted to take my name and as many details as he could glean with my bank details and potentially try to impersonate me, because that's one of these things that these types of scammers do. On the other hand, this might be a dual scam where he's asking to make a PayPal transfer. Now, many of these are fraudulent from the outset, so they get reversed very quickly, or at least when they've picked up the item, whatever the item is that you're selling, in my case, a pair of shoes. Like I said, I've never referred to it as an item before, but there we go. So I replied, cash only. Too many scammers trying to buy with PayPal, especially when referring to the listings as an item. Funnily enough, he didn't respond to that one. So my message for the day is, if someone is looking to buy something that you're looking to sell and refer to it as an item, it's probably a scam. They've been doing it for years, and I don't know why they keep doing it, because it's quite easy to tell, especially if you watch my video and subscribed and you know how to look out for these things, because that one is definitely a scam. Also, if they want your bank details straight away or a PayPal address straight away and they want to send someone else to collect it, red flags all over it. Even if they actually send you money, don't be fooled into thinking, they actually sent me the money. I'll go and meet the person to hand over the item. because most probably that's a scam too, one way or another. Even if we've heard of cases like this, even if they send money to your bank account, what they do is they report it to the bank as fraud. And then you might end up on the CFIS database like one of my clients did, because that's exactly what my client did. Sold something with their bank details and they reported it as fraud. And she ended up on the CFIS database. The bank closed the account and there was nothing she could do about it. You might remember my videos on the Nigel Farage and the banking situation. That's exactly what happened and how it happened. So please don't fall for these scams. These are utterly ridiculous. They're a waste of time. But I've turned what was a bit of a waste of time into something positive for you to avoid these scams in future. So hopefully you found that interesting, mildly entertaining. If you did, pop that like button on the way out, and I thank you for watching.